Look, here's the truth. We all trade the same stuff. Trend lines, breakouts, market structure shifts, fair value gaps, fib levels, trend lines, swing highs, swing lows. So why are very few people statistically successful at day trading in the long run, and the vast majority, 90% plus, fail? Why? Why do you think that is? Now, I think there's a few good reasons, risks, systems, but I also think that you've probably heard of a well-known saying in trading circles that gets passed around a lot. There's no substitute for time at the charts. Sometimes, screen time is king. Another way you probably heard it said is the only way to get better at the charts is time at the charts. It's an idea that no book, no indicator, and no mentor can replace the raw experience of just watching price unfold live over and over again until the patterns of the markets, the ebbs and flows, are just seared into your brain. That's not to say that having a mentor or reading books or studying out the charts isn't valuable. I honestly believe having a mentor is one of the most incredibly valuable things you can have. It's going to save you heartache, time, and look, you get to learn from someone who's been doing it. But the real work is what you put in off the charts and away from the mentor. But what does that actually look like? Like, what are people actually saying? What does that mean? What should you be doing? How much time should you spend every day or a week? There's a saying in trading, no substitute for time at the charts. It's true. Time at the charts is like time in the gym. You don't get stronger by reading about lifting. You get stronger by actually doing the reps. And look, Bruce Lee said it best: I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. That's what this game is. Reps, discipline, and repetition until the market's rhythm is burned into you. So let's talk about it. Here's the thing that new traders don't want to hear. This is not a hobby. This is a profession. And in any profession in the world, anybody who I know that is successful in any area in life is successful for a reason. And that reason is because they work harder than everybody else, everybody around them. The market and anything else in life rewards obsession. And here's the reality nobody talks about when it comes to trading. It requires obsession level screen time, not just showing up for 30 minutes in the morning to check the charts. I'm talking hours every single day, breaking down sessions, studying opens, marking levels, watching VWAP taps, highs, lows, order flow over and over again until your eyes start recognizing patterns without you even thinking about it. And to get there, believe me, from my own experience, you got to sacrifice, just like any successful person in history. You sacrifice sleep. You sacrifice time with your family. You sacrifice free time, weekends, night outs. Every moment you could have been doing something else, you're here in front of the screen trading. And guess what? You don't want to hear it. I know. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. It's not sitting on a beach with a laptop, sipping a drink while the money rolls in like the influencers say. It's not that. That's the fantasy that they sell you. The truth is, it's lonely. It's repetitive. It's grinding. You'll sit here for hours watching price do nothing, and you'll still log it, still study it, because you know that's how you build edge. Most people don't make it because they thought this would be easy. They thought you could skip the grind and shortcut your way to success. But trading, it doesn't work like that. The market doesn't reward tourists. It doesn't pay hobbyists. It only rewards the ones who are obsessed enough to sacrifice, to put in the hours, to keep showing up every single day, even when it feels like nothing's happening, even when you don't want to. That's the part nobody talks about. And that's why 90% of traders fail. Here's the thing. I would venture to guess that most of you are like I was, and you're wasting your time at the charts. Remember, it's quality over quantity. You got 10 different indicators stacked on your screen, so many signals you can't even see price anymore. And you think that if you just find the right strategy or buy the right indicator, it'll save you. But let me tell you something. Every strategy works for someone. Every indicator works in someone's system. So why isn't it working for you? It's not the market, it's not the indicator, and it's not even the strategy. It's you, much like it was me. You're skipping the foundation. You haven't spent enough time studying the one thing that actually matters, price. What happens, this is what you'll be doing every day. What happens when price hits support or resistance? What happens at session open? What does a VWAP touch look like? What does price do when it sweeps the high or when it breaks a trend line? You haven't built that foundation. Without it, no indicator in the world is going to save you. Here's what you should be doing with your time. Breaking down every single day. Every day, every session open, every session sweep, London, Tokyo, every VWAP touch, every high and low reaction, every trend line break. You should be studying every swing of the day. What was volume doing? Was there absorption? Was the breakout real or was it a trap? Did the liquidity grab actually fuel momentum or continuation? Or did it reverse? Fake outs, fail breaks, momentum shifts. You should be dissecting it all. That's obsession. And I'm not saying this like it's something I used to do. I still do this every single day. Look, anybody who trades live with us in New York, because we do every single day, 7:30 in the morning, my time, hour before market opens, we're in Discord. We're trading live together. I am there 4 to 5 hours minimum every single day, often more Monday through Friday. And I show up every single day. And I still spend time on the weekends going back through charts, reviewing my trading week, going over my journal, refining, because this game never stops evolving. The second you stop putting in work, the market will humble you. So if you're serious about trading, stop searching for shortcuts and start putting in the screen time that actually builds skill, but do it in a way that makes sense. Don't waste that valuable time you're putting in. Even an hour or two, I don't think an hour is enough, man, a day. I really don't. Not if you want this. Not if you really want to be successful. When I first started, it was 8 to 10 hours a day. That's what I did. And now I'm a successful trader. And I got the fucking results to prove it. An hour is not enough. 2 hours is not enough. If you want this, you make the time, you sacrifice, just like all the greats before us in any profession in the world. You think Kobe or Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky or Adele or Michael Jackson, it was just an hour in the booth, an hour on the rink, an hour on the court a day? No, I promise you it wasn't. Well, I can't find the time. That's the excuse I hear, right? You don't find the time, you make the time. Put in the work, journal it, log it. We are coming to a 4-hour swing high. When we got to this 4-hour swing high, here's what volume was doing. Here's what momentum was doing. Here's what my 1 or 2 indicators were doing. And then here's what happened with price. Day in, day out, every session, every sweep, every bounce, every break. It's observation with intent. It's not just staring at every little candle wiggle. Think about it like a fighter studying tape or a quarterback studying tape. Every single movement matters. Even if you're not throwing the punches or throwing the football yourself. Break down all the swings, all the VWAP touches, all the breakouts, all the trend lines. That's the only way you're going to be the person that you want to be, is by putting in the hard work, grinding, sacrificing. And look, the second piece of time at the charts is active note-taking. This is where most traders fall short. It's not just enough to sit there and watch price. You need to document what you see. This means journaling setups in real time, not just after the fact. Writing down what you expected to happen when it got to wherever, what actually happened, and why. It's not just about the trades you take. The most important notes you'll ever log are from the trades you don't take. Screenshot them, catalog them, study them, because the setups you pass on will teach you just as much, if not more, than the ones you actually take and execute. Write it out clearly. This looked like a breakout, but volume didn't confirm. Or price swept the high, but momentum was already fading. These notes become freaking gold over time because they show you the difference between what you thought would happen and what the market actually did. Think about it like a coach taking notes, or a coach with a clipboard on the sidelines. The game is happening on the field, and you're tracking patterns, writing adjustments, making observations. Every note, every screenshot, every log you create is building your own personal playbook. And that playbook is what separates you from every other trader who is just guessing and bleeding P&L to the market. And that's most traders. Statistically, look it up. And I think the third piece of this is just structured time commitment. Look, early on, you need hours, not just a quick glance at the market before work, not checking the charts once in a while. I mean, every day, multiple sessions if possible. Because at the start, you're not just learning strategy. You're training your eyes to recognize how the market actually moves. Don't think of it as clocking time. Think of it as doing reps. Ask yourself, how many opens have you actually studied? How many VWAP rejections have you actually watched play out live? How many liquidity sweeps have you seen in real time? Not in hindsight on TradingView. The number matters because every rep is sharpening your instincts. And here's the good news. Once you put in those thousands of hours, you can compress. Just like a pilot with thousands of flight hours doesn't need as much time in a simulator anymore. You'll reach a point where you don't need to grind 8 hours a day. You'll be able to log on, recognize the conditions, and execute with precision. But But until you've built that foundation, the only way forward is hours, repetition, and commitment. That's it. So how much time should you actually spend at the charts? The answer depends on probably where you are in your journey. In the beginner phase, the answer is simple: as much as possible. 2 to 6 hours, 8 hours plus a day, multiple sessions per week. You need that immersion because this is where your foundation gets built. Once you move into the intermediate phase, and really you are not in the intermediate phase until you're profitable. It's less about raw hours once you are profitable and more about quality reps. You know, 1 session, maybe 2 sessions a day. When you're fully engaged, breaking down open, studying reactions, logging notes. By this stage, you've seen enough price action that you don't need endless hours, but you do need consistency. When you finally reach the advanced stage, you don't need to grind as much screen time anymore. But here's the catch: you still do it daily because markets evolve, behavior shift, liquidity cycles change. You can't coast. Even with years and years of experience, the best traders in the world still spend time at the charts every day because the day you stop, the market's going to move on without you. I'm sure there's a lot of people here shaking their head. Oh, I don't need to spend that much time at the charts. Yeah, you do. You do. Because that's what the professionals do. If this is a profession, it's one of the hardest professions in the world to be successful at. You picked it. This is what you wanted. This is what you signed up for. Don't let your ego tell you otherwise. This is what the job is. No excuses, no shortcuts. This is what it is. Otherwise, you're just going to keep bleeding money to the markets. Do it right or don't do it at all. Because trust me, there are plenty of cheaper hobbies out there. And look, do I think you'll be able to turn profitable? For sure, dude. It's not like you keep making the same mistakes every single day. It's not like you keep blowing up trade after trade, account after account. It's not because you keep making the same fucking mistakes every single time and you still haven't learned from it ever. So you're literally hindering your own growth by making those same mistakes over and over again. You're trying to pin it on your indicators, your strategies, your confluences. It's the market's fault. You're just too much of a little bitch to just man up and say, hey, maybe I should use some fucking discipline for once in my life. Yeah, I think you'll be able to turn profitable.